Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of a Routemaster. This time we're going to delve into the world of DBus World, specifically DBus World and TruckersMP, which is a new release in July 2022. Let me say straight away, if you see material prior to July 2022, especially on YouTube, that's probably talking about DBus World single player, which is different, has different install procedure, and actually doesn't have all the bus doesn't have all the features that the new DBus World Multi-Player or DBus World TruckersMP has. So let's get that one out of the way straight away. I'm not going to go through the install process. I'll put a link to the very best video I've found on that, which has got all the information you need. It's not a difficult install. I can do it, so it can't be that difficult. And what you get is, first of all, a DBus client, which is this thing here. And let me just show you the settings on that. There's only two really that we're concerned about. One is to three actually. Download last telemetry, which is something they recommend you do prior to starting each time. Everything else can be left alone. The only things you need to do once at the beginning is check the install paths that you get to check the paths to game and paths to document that you get when you install the product. It will have a guess at it, usually gets it right. You may need to adjust the drive. If you get your game or your document somewhere else, then just simply browse to that location. And you might want to change these open door settings so they don't conflict with something in TruckersMP. I had mine previously on X and Y, and as you know, if you do TruckersMP, X is the radio and Y is the drop down text list. So I've changed it to Z and A to be helpful. Okay, that's the main screen, which we'll come back to. Let's have a quick look at the website. So this is the website for DBus World, which you can explore. And when you do the install, it will ask you to set up an account, rather like on TruckersMP, and you get a dashboard. Let's go to the main page. So you get a dashboard for the company that you've set up with all the information. Not going to go through all the details. It has a look and feel that's not dissimilar to TruckersMP, TrucksBook. I'm sorry. I've been trying to make this recording about half a dozen times through 2 nights, so apologies if it's a little bit strained. Okay, you can go to the map. The map you want is ETS2. You might wonder, you might come across some of this other stuff and wonder what the hell's Grundorf. This is all to do with the single player, so we'll just focus on ETS2 map for the moment. And there we go. It's obviously a map of England with the location of your bus, and mine currently is in London. Okay, the order of play is start Steam, start the DBus client, and then independently start TruckersMP as you would normally, and select the bus. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you fail to select the bus and you just start TruckersMP and you go back to the client to set your route, it won't work. You'll get an error message, and that cost me 3 hours last night, really my own stupidity. But anyway, we're straight in the bus now because I've started everything in advance. And I will just make sure we keep the session alive. I've repainted the bus into London red, of course, being Routemaster, and obviously it's got doors, which we will come to when we need to use the doors. Most of the features are the same as in TruckersMP for a truck, so hopefully I've switched off the radio, or at least I've gone to channel 0, so hopefully we don't get too many swear words or anything else during the proceedings. What I will do is just take you onto the red spanner, so you can see some of the things you can do with the bus. There is only one bus at the moment. Hi guys, I hope the red spanner's there somewhere. Come on, there we go. Press enter, so you can service the bus as you can service a truck. And by the way, you refuel the bus in exactly the same way as you refuel a truck, even though it's electric, but we'll skate over that. And you can change a few things on the bus, which you can explore at your leisure. The one I'll point out is the engine. You will find the bus you get when you purchase it is a 215 horsepower, and you want a bit more oomph on the motorways and the autobahns, so I have upgraded to a 240 horsepower, which you can do here. And you can do various other things. The thing I've done obviously is change the colour. It doesn't come in this colour. It comes in the TruckersMP logo, and I've changed it to London Red. Okay, come out of that, and what we'll do next is go back to the client, because what we're going to do now is choose a route. So step one, choose a map, and the map you want, the only one you want, is TruckersMP bus routes. Ignore everything else. Everything else is to do with single player. You will now get 50 routes. Well, it's cheating a bit. They actually, when you look at it more carefully, Liverpool to London, London to Liverpool, Carlisle to Glasgow, Glasgow to Carlisle. Begin to see a pattern there. There's really 25 routes, but they've counted each direction as a separate route. We're going to go, as we're in London at the moment, London to Liverpool. I'm not going to do the whole route obviously on this video, it would take too long, but I'll break it into two videos, and what we'll do here is we'll get loaded up and we'll drive out of London for video number 1. So if you hit show timetable, you can see here we've got London, Birmingham, Sheffield, Manchester and Liverpool where we terminate. If you get an error message here, then something has gone wrong, but hopefully you won't. Once you've set the route up and it's obviously been accepted, then you can go back into TruckersMP, and if you hit F5, what have I done wrong? Ah, simple. Lol. It's going to be one of those evenings, chaps. Hit start.
The next stop is London.
So we get that nice reassuring message, and server online, not an error message. So don't forget to press start. And now, when you hit F5 and you look at your map, there's all red stuff on it, which is good, as it means it's worked. It also means I've got to remember where the bus station is. It's to the left. Okay, I can do that. So, to the bus station. And let's try and survive the world of TruckersMP in a European Truck Simulator 2 map. It's another thing I should have said. You can pick any profile when you start up TruckersMP. You can pick any European Truck Simulator 2 profile. Therefore, European Truck Simulator 2 server, and it should all work. The bus station should be set up. What you cannot do is select a ProMods profile or map. Not yet, anyway. Hopefully, that will come in due course. So we're heading off to the London bus station. I have set up on this bus F2 mirrors, as I'm not keen on the mirrors that you're given, but each to his own. If you like them, that's fine. Sometimes these bus stations get busy, which is kind of neat because you see other people's passengers board. You're now in a non-collision zone, as that message at the bottom just says, and to get onto your bay is quite tight. You usually have to reverse into it a little bit at the end, unless you can get it right round. I'm gonna miss that curb. Yeah. Can I do it without reversing? Of course I can. Right. Okay. Whew. So what we've got to do now is open the doors. So the window controls for the left and right window, the install instructions will show you how you can map those to another control of your choice if you wish. But essentially you use those controls to open and close the doors. So I've opened the front door, and hopefully I've opened the other doors. Just ignore what I'm doing here.
London.
Okay. As a demonstration, that wasn't great, really, was it? I haven't had it that bad before. There's sometimes a little bit quirky. That extra DBus World is a plug-in thing that you can see wandering. You can actually get rid of that using the controls delete and end. So I can make that go away, and I can actually move it if I wanted to move it.
The next stop is Birmingham.
Wonderful. I'll leave it there for the moment. Okay. Helps to put it in gear. I'll get us onto the motorway and then call it a day on this video, and hopefully the next one will go a lot smoother. Well, goodbye London town. Hello Birmingham. Certainly when I drove this before, there was quite a few more people on the route. In fact, we kind of had to queue up to get into the bus station. You can of course superimpose in the bus station because it's a no collision zone, rather like at the depots where you load and unload trucks. But I don't know, people generally had the etiquette of not doing that, having the buses queue, which was kind of neat. I'm pretty fussy about these simulations in terms of the physics, steering, acceleration, braking, etc. I have to say I like this. I like driving this bus a lot. It doesn't compare with OMSI. I'm not saying the physics are as good as OMSI, they're simply not. But obviously what you've got here is super graphics. right, we don't go straight on the motorway with this one, do we? I don't think. No. No, we pick up the so-called M25. Certainly ProMods does London a lot better. In general, I'm looking forward to exploring the European bus routes that you get, because some of the European graphics and scenery is better. The pure ETS2 UK map is looking rather old, would be fair to say. DBus World plugin is annoying me now. I remind myself to get rid of that next time. And on to the M25. Stay in this lane for Birmingham. And we'll just pull over there to change over the videos. Okay guys, if you have been, thank you. I hope that was of some interest, and in the next video we'll pick up this adventure a little bit further down the route.